You're listening to the Michael Baisden Show podcast.
Great show today. As you all know, we've been talking about the Black Panther movie. We had the big premiere in Las Vegas. What a great time we had. I was happy that the movie was as much as people were hyping it about. It got 90-something fried onions or fried tomatoes.
97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. The best reviewed
Fried
superhero
calamari.
movie
I'm
ever.
sorry.
Oh, Lord.
What?
I need you to become a little bit more hip with what's up to date, man.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dominique.
At least you like the movie. Well, it's just a rare time when the critics loved it and the audiences loved it because it's breaking sales records and critical acclaim records at the same time.
And we also care that the kids love it too, Tanisha.
Absolutely. Like I said, the kids... teachers were taking students from their schools, and I love the fact that these celebrities and people that have all this money decided to buy out theaters so kids who are underprivileged could see
Tanisha,
themselves.
do you love it?
I am so excited. He's
love
teasing
it?
me because I'm so excited.
George. Look what she do with her hand. She takes her hands and put over her eyes. I love it.
But she's right, though. But speaking of money, and I don't always like to put everything on money, you know, the amount of money that this film is making and the amount of money that this budget of this film was really something that's huge for the black actors that's involved with this film.
But
They've broken a crazy stereotype, okay, because Hollywood forever has said that movies with mostly black casts do not do well in foreign box office. But Disney's already reported $169 million in international ticket sales, so boom.
Let's talk about this voter registration there at the Black Panther movies. I mean, that is brilliant, and that is important, man. I'm telling you right now,
because
there
it's
is
not
a
just a
movement going on.
movie, it's a movement. That's
Yes.
right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, can we talk about why Tanisha feels a need to use her hands so much while she's talking?
You want me to use my hands right now? I'm about to use my hands right now.
Let me get it.
All right, we're about to get into the calls. Ladies and gentlemen,
All
right, let's get into these calls. We're talking about the Black Panther movie, why you should go out and see it, and the impact it's had on our children. Let's go to the phone lines.
Mike, come
No,
here.
I'm out of
Come
here.
Mike.
Big Al, how you doing, man? Talk to me.
Hey, Michael Baisden, how you doing, man? How you doing?
All good in the hood, baby.
I just want to let people know that it's an excellent movie. It's well put together. Our people, we are proud. I'm very proud to be an African American, okay, because the quality of the movie was superb. The actors and actresses were awesome. And I'm not going to give you a whole lot, but it's got a lot of suspense. It's got a lot of drama. It's got a lot of action-packed. I mean, it's got everything you want in a movie.
I want this to be the biggest movie of all time. Go ahead, Al.
I wanted to blow up. It's already, with last count, I saw that it was like 400+ million worldwide, and it's growing. We're breaking all kinds of box office records.
Yep.
That's how powerful the movie is.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, hold on, Al, hold on. I got to say something, man, because I got to get this in because you said something. You said, our movie. Why did you say that?
Right. Because we as African Americans, we don't have the movies where, as we said, where we dominate the movies. It's all about us. If you look at all the cast, most of the cast is dominated by African Americans. You understand? Instead of being a African American one or two in a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all about us. We have what we say first class in this movie.
How about that? And what I know he means, and I'll throw my 2 cents in, Al, is that it feels like it represents us in such a positive way. We want to own this. This is ours. This is representing us. This is how we want to project ourselves. When we had the party, when we had the watch party, in fact, I put Dominique's and I picture up, and I wanted people to dress up because this is how we need to be representing ourselves. There's more than one image of us. Al, I got to get back into the topics, man, and get back into the phone calls. Any final words?
Get out. Look at the movie and enjoy yourself because it's an awesome movie.
No doubt. Thank you very much, Al. We got to keep it
All the
moving.
ladies in the house say,
This is certainly one of the best days of my radio life. I've been doing this for a long time. We've done a lot of shows together, George.
Yes, we have, brother.
But this has been unique. Kenneth is on the phone line. Kenneth, talk to me about what's going on with the kids where you are.
Hey, I'm Kenneth Ward. I'm the executive director of College Bound here in Washington, D.C. And what we've done is we've challenged our kids and their mentors and our academic mentoring program to go and see Black Panther as a part of their mentoring activities for the month. So far, over 20 kids have gone to see the movie. I was with a bunch of our kids last night, they shared with me their thoughts about the movies, and the overriding theme from the students last night, that the movie was liberating, and it reinforces a lot of what they've seen on our international study tours to Ghana. I take a group of students to West Africa every year. I've been doing that for about 15 years.
Go Kenneth.
We just came back in November. The kids were blown away, man. And one of the kids, Essence, she was with me last year, so went back to Ghana this year. And Essence started a black doll project. So when we went back to Ghana this year, she had collected black dolls with one of her classmates to take black dolls and pass them out in Ghana because she understands the importance of seeing her image. And what she said to me last night about Black Panther was that it was liberating to see black women like her in such a positive way on screen.
Oh,
wow.
That's powerful. You know, and it's true about the black dolls. When we were in Ghana, we brought black dolls too, because ironically, it's harder to get black dolls in Africa than here. Yes. Much harder to find them.
Absolutely. And what she was troubled with the previous year when she had gone with me is that she had seen so many black girls, especially in the villages, playing with these white dolls that look nothing like them. And we're not even going to talk about the white Jesuses, but we'll just leave it at the black dolls.
Oh, my God.
You know what? Can I give him props? Because that's the type of educators that we need.
Yes.
Right here, what you're doing. Do you know, as a teacher, I had one teacher and I went off on him. He stood in front of his class and told a whole bunch of kids and pointed. He said, "You're going to end up pregnant by the time you're 16.
Oh, wow.
You're going to end up locked up." And I went off on him. I won't say his name. I went to the principal, administration. I said, "You just defined those kids. Do you know how much power and influence you have? And what you're doing, sir, we need more educators to do what you're doing in those schools."
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. It changes lives.
Hey, Kenneth, we need to stay in touch, man. Hold on for me because I want to get your information so we can have more of these conversations when we do this, because we're going to be doing a lot more of these kind of shows. Can you hold on for me?
I'm honored, and I love serving. Yes.
Stand by, sir.
Love it.
You all continue to call in. We are promoting this movie all day long. It is my intention to help this movie become the biggest movie of all time. It deserves to be. I'm sick and tired of hearing the same story, seeing the same heroes, seeing the same black, brown, Asian men and women die in the movie, and the white man is always a champion who saves the day. We're going to still get dozens of those movies, hundreds of those movies. Can we have this one where the black man at the end of the day saves the day, where the beautiful black woman gets love and a kiss just to see black love in the movie? Can we get one? And I'm so glad this movie's doing as well as it is. I wanted to see it be the biggest movie of all time.
You say that. I don't want it to be the biggest movie of all time, because I want this to inspire other directors to make even, you know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah, it has to be outdone, but I think it's well on its way, Michael, to doing just that. You know, this movie hasn't been out very, very long, and across the country and across the world, it's just breaking records. So
yeah, I'm gonna go see it again. Mike Bates, and I got Chantel on the line. Chantel, talk to me about the movie.
I thought the movie was good. First off, I want to start off by saying that you got to have a little knowledge to know that all the things that they presented to us about Africa, we already know. We already know it's a great country. We know that America and all other countries get a lot of resources from Africa.
Continent.
Number one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Continent. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
And then number two, you know, I like how it portrayed like a black woman can be strong and still submissive to her mate, and vice versa, for the male to know that, you know, he can give the black woman that power, but then at the end of the day, still be in control of all.
They weren't intimidated by the power.
No, he wasn't intimidated by the power, but then when he needed to step up and show that he was that one, you know, he did that. I asked my son when he got out of the movie, you know, he explained the whole storyline, but at the end of it, he said, "I am a king."
Woo!
Yes.
Yes. And how old your son?
Mindset. My son, he's 9 years old.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because when they're in those classrooms, they're told they were slaves.
Yes.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? We
And
got to
that's
write our stories and tell our stories.
And that's the point I was going to
Right.
make. It was great to see just, you know, all great to Roots, but it was great to see a movie that wasn't Roots. The last time you've seen this many black movies is a slave movie.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, get out and support this movie. We need our sons and daughters to really admire these characters, man. They're smart, they're strong, they're powerful, they're beautiful. Come back with more. We're going to be blowing this up all day long on the Michael Bates Show. Go see the movie. Thanks for listening to the Michael Bates Show live stream, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Go to VideoPitch.com now and be a part of our growing community of writers, video producers, and filmmakers. And
and get paid to share your business, opinion, and talent with the world. Now back to the Michael Baisden Show live stream.
This is one of the most satisfying shows I have ever done. And I got to tell you something, man. It has definitely had an impact on this show. It's going to sound different from now on to all the affiliates right now, man. We got to be smarter. We got to be better. We got to be sharper. We're already good. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm the best in the business. I know I got the best comedian on radio. I know I got the most sultry, knowledgeable journalist on radio and Dominique. I know I got the most transparent producing co-host with my girl Tanisha. And Miles, well, he's young, ladies and gentlemen.
He's awesome.
And a young beast.
He's a beast.
Young king.
Can I say that? Can we say we needed this movie? Because I think a lot of us with this administration have felt down and a little bit broken, and this helped remind us who we are.
And it reminded me, I got to tell you, just like Gina Six did, and I know this may be profound for a lot of people, just like Gina Six did, just like Trayvon did, that we have a responsibility, man. We got to get rid of this dumb black buffoonery on radio. That's right, I said it. Got to get rid of this foolishness, man. We got an opportunity to reach millions of people every day with our voices. We need to be uplifting each other, man. What is the message that we're sending out to our people every day who are tuned into these radio stations, who are in these cities, man, have 4 hours a day, 5 days a week with this nonsense that's on the air every day? That's why I came back, to nail all that stuff down. We're going to take this to the next level. Follow me. If you want to do radio the right way, this is what it sounds like. Your voices, your issues, your problems, us uplifting ourselves and bringing ourselves together as a family, all of us, all races, all ages. That's what the Michael Baisden Show is about. That's Next Level Radio. Go ahead, G-Dub.
You know, what you're saying, man, is something that's being echoed, and I hear your passion, brother, and I applaud you. I was with you right along with Gina Six and all those other events where it's a movement. This is not just a movie. This is not just and when this level of evil has come across the world, it's going to be a level of love that comes to combat it.
That's right.
And that's what's going on right now. So just ride that energy and continue to fight it, and I'll be right here fighting that battle with you, bro.
We are superheroes, all of us. We have to be our own heroes and save ourselves. Stop waiting on, the white superheroes to come and swoop us up and build our communities and save it. We need to be the ones leading.
And I got to tell you, this is deeper than that. I'm inspired by those young white kids and the young Hispanic kids and the Indian kids, all those kids of all those different races down in Parkland.
Yes.
I was so fired up watching those kids speak. I'm like, we're going to be all right.
You thought you was fired up then. You wait till they march on Washington on the 24th.
Mike Baisden and Dr. Steele, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, Mike and Other, how you guys doing?
We all
Fantastic.
Good, man. All right. Hey, listen, this movie establishes a new paradigm for directing and casting.
True.
Yes.
Listen, I bet you right now you have a lot of directors, they're tossing their scripts, they're tossing their cast and recasting a whole lot, right? And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to let you guys talk. I bet your bottom dollar right now you have a lot of kids who watch this movie. They've tossed out all of their crayons, but the black one and the brown one, and they're out there trading for others.
Let me talk on that real quick because I have little cousins who are in Arizona. They're big movie fans. They're big superhero Marvel fans, but they're mixed. They're mixed with black and white. And they kind of live the quote-unquote white stereotypical life. You know, suburbs, big house, big nice school, big cars, everything. They're going to go see this movie, and they're so hyped because my little cousin said that this is going to awaken his black side.
How about that?
That's what my little cousin said.
Well, and to Dr. Steele's point about the new paradigm for directing and casting, for sure, I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, and they are copycats. And let's give credit to some of these other films. Girls Trip grossed $100 million, right?
Yes.
Get Out, $255 million worldwide. Hidden Figures, $236 million worldwide.
Right.
All of these open the doors for Black Panther.
And Shonda Rhimes, what she's doing, things are happening right now, man. Things are happening.
Yes, and I'm proud of it.
Go ahead, Dr. Steele.
I am very proud, and definitely everybody needs to get out and support. That's the bottom line.
Sir, I thank you so much for calling. I'm glad you all feeling the love the way I am with this. And shout out to everyone that right now, you can feel there's a movement happening. There's a change happening. That these young kids, man, it's not just the black thing. That's happening simultaneously. But what's happening with those young white kids too, man, I'm telling you.
It's been building. Black Lives Matter, everything else. People protesting, saying this is enough. Enough is enough. That's what Me Too movement.
Me Too movement.
I think everybody that's feeling oppressed, people that don't feel represented, we are standing up
Whether
to
it's
fight.
women, whether it's young kids, whether it's black people. It's just time for a change, man. This is not an all-white world. It's not an all-white country anymore, man.
And it's not an all-white man world.
It's not an all-white man world. Hug me. I'm a hug.
Get back.
Carrie, what's going on? Talk to me about the movie.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey.
Yes, indeed, it is a revolution. And I'm not sure how many people remember, but about 2 years ago at the BET Awards, they did a preview of the Black Panther. And I remember seeing the preview of Black Panther, and it scared me. And the reason why it scared me, Michael, is because of the fact of how we were depicted in the movie. Never before have we been depicted as queens and kings running our queendom and our kingdoms and coming together. So to see that a movie was coming in 2018, that they were previewing in 2016, I was afraid that something would happen, that the movie would be pulled and we wouldn't get to see us.
She was afraid. Isn't that something?
To see us in their light. Yes, I was. And I remember sharing that story with my husband. So it was great to see the movie actually coming to the theater. My family and I, we went to see it in 4D. So that gave us a whole nother experience outside the symbolic messages that were embedded within the movies.
You know what did it for me?
Yeah.
The beauty of our women.
Yes.
Yes. They were my heroes in the movie. They made the movie for me. The smart young girl, the sister, she made the movie for me.
Correct.
The warrior, that was my favorite character in the whole movie.
And she was bald-headed and bold.
Okay, I got a thing for that.
And bold with it. You know, and to see us in that light, and I know one of the callers said, you know, the black on black crime and no unity, that means that she didn't really
get
the
it.
entire message. And
Nope.
she didn't get the message
Nope.
because there was a unified moment there.
Yes, hold on. Don't tell anymore. Don't tell anymore.
That's enough.
Say something in Spanish to him about going to see the movie, Dominique, please.
Vamos a la película. Está una película increíble para toda la familia.
What she just said. All right. Let me go back to the phone lines. Carol, how you doing? What do you want to say about the movie and the message behind the movie?
Oh, I'm great, Michael Bays, and I love you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to hear you back on the air, but listening to you since I lived in Chicago. I'm in Maryland now, but I wanted to talk specifically about some of the hidden messages and the depth of the movie, and something that stuck out to me. I was born and raised in America, but my parents are originally from East Africa, and so I've had the blessing of living on both continents and experiencing both cultures, and I do consider myself an African American, although I'm an African first. But what stuck out to me was when Michael B. Jordan's character asked, well, where was Wakanda, you know, when we were getting the life beat out of us, you know, all the police brutality and the poverty, you know, where were our people to come and save us? And I just thought, you know, this is such a critical moment where we have to discuss these issues between Africans and African Americans and the things that divide us. And we're so much more alike than we are different. And I really think that we need to work more to bridge the gap between Africans and African Americans because we're fighting the same struggles no matter where we are in the world. And I just think that, you know, I saw an article the other day about Little John building a school in Ghana. I think Serena Williams also built a school, and Oprah has her school in South Africa. And I've seen so many, you know, African Americans living in America saying, well, why aren't you building schools, you know, in Atlanta when there's, you know, black kids struggling in Atlanta who need better schools? And I just thought, well, this is a great thing, but I can understand both perspectives. But I think that we should all come together to build schools everywhere, all across the globe for all of our people, because we're all fighting the same struggles.
Yes.
We really need to come together as one people.
Great job. That's all I can say.
Absolutely.
Give that woman a hand.
Drop the mic.
Carol, great job. Drop that mic right there. Thank you so much for calling in, Carol. This is one of the most gratifying shows I've ever done since I've been in radio. Thank you all for tuning in today. It's Black Panther Friday. That's what I'm calling the show. No battle of the sexes, no nothing, just us, man. Just us having a conversation about this movie, about the impact of it, the revolutionary aspect of it. Even young Miles.
Can we go see it again after the show?
Yes, we
Can
got
we?
to.
Please,
Let's do
Mike?
it. Let's do
Okay.
it.
First of
3D.
all, I can guarantee you, if we're just getting tickets now, we're not going to get any tickets.
You
Michael
can get
Basin.
us in.
You Michael
You
Basin.
can get us in.
You can fly. You can,
Okay.
you know.
You know
get us
what?
in, dog.
You know what? This shows you how much of an impact a movie, music. Do you remember when music would create a revolution? This is what we need to be doing.
Or make a baby.
Across, well,
Yeah, and I can get us in, but we got to go to the back and we got to go
give
real
birth
fast.
to revolutionaries.
George,
I'm just saying.
you
dog.
can't get us in, though.
You know I can get us in.
Get us the hookup. I'm going to kill myself choking. Let me go back to the phone lines. Mike Bays and I got Carolyn on. Carolyn, talk to me about the movie.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. This is very important that I'd like to say because I never got a chance to see the movie this past weekend. But since all of our black listeners are listening, I would like to say you all showed out for this revolutionary movie, but no, all of you did not show up to vote against Donald Trump. You'd have never been president if all of us would have been unified and got together, and you could have dressed up in African attire and went to go and vote for Hillary so that we won't have all these issues and problems and black crimes against us constantly.
Now, well, let me just say this. One of the things I love the fact that they're doing voter registration.
Yes, they're
at many
doing
of the
this.
theaters.
They're doing it at the theaters. And I will say this. We can look back at what we didn't do, but let's move forward. You know
And
what I
look
mean?
at what we can do and the momentum that we have that right now, because everybody's eyes weren't open. I bet they're wide open now, white and black.
But
Plus,
she
the
made
majority of us did what we could do. I mean, I don't think we were the reason why this election happened.
No, we
But
were
look-
not.
The way it did.
But she did make a good point. And you know what happened? Complacency. After Obama was in office, we said, oh, our job is done. So when Black
Agreed.
Panther, this goes down in the movies, it's been a while. What are you going to do after that?
Well, I can guarantee you one thing. The Michael Basin show has been changed. And it wasn't just the Black Panther movie. It was those young kids, too. They had a profound impact on me. Seeing people respond to this movie lets me know how much they need a serious black voice on radio. And I've always been that. We talk about relationships all the time. But you all know I respond. And I respond hard, and I don't go back. Step your game up. Jokes are fine. Having comedians on the radio are fine, but we have a responsibility to millions of people who hear our voices every single day. We can change things from this microphone, and I certainly have, and I will continue to do so. Thank you so much for calling in, Carolyn. I'm going to pay this young man a compliment. Miles Lowe, who's 17, I think.
23.
Okay, same thing. This is a compliment I pay people. You're a troublemaker. Yeah, that's a good thing. I like young people who stir things up. When I saw the young people out there speaking in the Tallahassee about the gun rights, everything that happened in Parkland, Florida over the high school shooting, I was like, we're in good hands.
Yeah, and
These
you know
young
what?
people are sharp. Go ahead, Dominique.
No, and I was going to say, just as Get Out paved the way for Black Panther, the movement for Black Lives, the fight for 15, which is mostly young minimum wage workers in fast food places, lobbying for higher minimum wage, the movement for safe space on campuses, all of these youth movements have paved the way.
They have. Go ahead, Miles.
And let me stop there, though. This isn't the first time young people then rised up. This is one of the times where you guys actually get to see it.
Yeah.
Same way how with Black Panther, we have a lot of black movies that have inspired us and paved the way.
How about
this
that?
is the first time you get to see it on this grand scale, Mike. So
Well,
it's been happening. It's been this way.
I have to tell you this, and I'll take a moment to once again give those kids of all races down there, because that's a very diverse school.
And they're in Broward County.
Hearing those young people speak makes you understand as an adult, young people are very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
They're very knowledgeable.
We got Google.
And they were talking, and they were speaking in ways that I have heard speak better than most seasoned activists. These young people know what the hell they're talking about, and we better listen to them.
And we need to pay
That's why they're
attention.
so offended. That's why they're so offended, and they're so mad that the president and other people of Congress are treating them like they can be, brainwashed, and they don't know what they're saying, and they're going to school and watching their friends die every day.
And you know what? They're brave. And what we do is we keep painting them as, oh, they don't care.
They don't
yes,
care.
they do
They're
care.
just kids.
Now we're finally being able to see them. Not only about Florida. Guess what? In Maryland, people were marching. They were leaving the schools. We have cities throughout the United States that these kids are standing up for Florida and everybody else that has had to suffer these school shootings.
They are the future. And I'm going to tell you something. I am so less worried than I used to be when I know that those are the type of young people of all races who are going to be the next generation. Because it is so encouraging, George. I just got to tell you. So I'm inspired to be better at what I'm doing now, not only because of this movie, but also because of those young kids.
Now, you just said it's encouraging. We have to encourage your peers to encourage the kids.
Well, that's my job.
There we go.
And that's why I'm on the microphone, and I'm trying to challenge these other radio personalities. The jokes are fine, guys. But there's so much other stuff going on out here that we've got to address. This microphone is given to us. It's a privilege to be behind this microphone and talk to so many people, and I'm proud of what I've done with it over my career. But, boy, we got a lot of work to do. Midterms is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. We come back with more of your calls on the Black Panther. Blow up my phone lines. Let's make this a celebration today. This is the Michael Baisden Show.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Baisden Show live stream, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Go to VideoPitch.com now and be a part of our growing community of writers, video producers, and filmmakers, and get paid to share your business, opinion, and talent with the world. Now back to the Michael Baisden Show live stream.
Take your calls right now on the Black Panther movie. It's the Michael Baisden Show. Thank you all for being a part of the conversation, man, and, of course, the revolution. Right, Mom? Hold on, Stephen. I'm doing my revolution voice, Stephen. The revolution. What's up, Stephen?
Hey, how's everybody?
Good. Talk to us.
Hey, I braved, normally I don't do movies on opening weekends, especially a big budget movie, but I had to do it. I had to take my youngest son, because I didn't want him sitting in class and everybody talking about the movie, and he didn't have any clue what was going on. So we suffered through, but I'm glad we did. Beautiful movie, beautiful movie. Some of the points that really kind of stood out for me was just how empowering they made women. I think every woman that probably went to see that movie should walk out, just because I've never seen women depicted that strong in any film. So that's the one thing that stood out the most with me.
What do you think was beneficial for your son to see in terms of the characters?
All of them, because from start to finish, there were no weaknesses in any of the characters. All the characters were strong and intelligent from beginning, middle, and end. Even the villain with his flaws, you understood why he was the way he was. But even with him, they let you know that this was an intelligent brother. But if you parallel his character against that of Black Panther, it was just the environment in which they were raised.
That's right.
And, and that's the one thing, when people try to sit and talk about children of the inner city and how, they try to make it sound like we're savages and so on and so on. No, we're all products of our environment.
Hold that thought. Now, he's getting deep there. You got that, Tanisha, right?
Yeah, I did. That was something that I saw in the film, because when it comes down to the judgment, instead of you being a part of the solution, you want to sit there and judge the kids that are in the inner city. Are you there to help?
And guess what? They made you judge, and without giving away the movie, they made you judge at the beginning, right? They put you in the hood, and they didn't explain it. Until,
don't tell him, Mike. Don't tell him, Mike.
You talk about
That's
me,
about
Mike.
your fourth time.
Okay, I'm out.
That's about your fourth one.
One scene in particular, I got to comment.
Oh, sorry, sir. No.
We can't do
Nice
that.
try, sir.
Yep. It
Nice
started
try.
from the top.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, let me stop. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to not be like me. Don't tell the movie, but call in and talk to us about the importance of the movie and the depth of the characters and the storyline. Vernon, how you doing?
So, just to let you know that I am not an adult. I am a kid. I'm 10.
Wow. Well, how are you?
For real?
I'm good, and I went to go see the movies with my dad, and it was crazy. It was amazing.
What did you like about it?
Like, everything.
Wow.
How did you feel when you got out of the movie theater, Vernon?
I feel like I was the Black Panther.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
So Vernon, were you a comic book fan beforehand, or you just become one after watching the movie?
Like, I then was a comic book fan. But I was more of a Marvel fan than DC.
Right. Okay.
So you said you felt like the Black Panther. What does that mean?
Like, I feel like I could do what he did in the movie.
Like you could do like what?
Everything anything.
Yes,
Right.
you can do anything, and that's true. You can.
And see, that's the message. Go ahead, Tanisha.
Yes, it's important for our babies to be able to see themselves in that film. How powerful do you feel as a young black man?
It's like when I saw that movie, now I have confidence that I can do other stuff that before I saw the movie that I believe I couldn't do, that I was going to fail at.
See,
Vernon,
wow. Go ahead, Dominique.
What will you tell your friends about the film that haven't seen it yet?
I would just tell them some tiny parts that won't give them what the movie is actually about. Because it's not about fighting bad guys and being cool. It's about how you need to have confidence in yourself.
Oh, my God.
So
to
true.
do stuff.
I want to let you know something, that you have demonstrated the most important reason why this movie is important, not only to young kids here in America, but around the world, particularly young black children around the world. When you said that the movie made you feel like you can do things in the beginning you didn't think that you were able to, I don't think there's anything more important for any parent or anybody who loves children than to know that a movie or a book or whatever it is makes their child feel that way. I want to thank you so much for calling into the show today and sharing that.
Yes, sir.
Are you with your mom or your dad right now?
I'm with my grandfather, but my dad gets off at 7, but it takes him like an hour or something
Let me
to
talk.
go to work, so so he'll be off like 8 o'clock,
I
something
got
like
you.
that.
Can I talk to your granddad?
Yes,
Please put him on
but
for me.
he doesn't know anything about the movie, so
It's okay.
I'd rather you not talk to him. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, I want to talk to him.
Real quick, man. Real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, I want this kid.
I do, right? Isn't he great? Oh my God.
I wonder if Grandpa knows.
Just hold on 1 second.
All right,
Yes.
bro.
Grandma
This
don't
kid
know.
called
Grandpa
in
don't
on
know.
his
I wonder if
own.
Grandpa
On his own.
knows
He
he's
called
on
on
the
his
phone.
own.
The people want to talk to you.
The people. The people.
You better tell
You're not in
your dad
Wakanda.
who.
You better watch out. You better watch your tone.
Hello,
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm fine. You?
This is Michael Baisden. I just wanted to, I don't know, did the young man, Vernon, pick up the phone on his own and call, or did you all call the show for him?
No, he told yo.
Oh, my God.
So he's listening.
I told you.
He's listening to the show. Okay, sir. Okay, I get it now. Can you put him back on with us? Thank you very much. I just wanted to ask that question.
Okay, hold on.
Hello?
Vernon, hi.
Yes?
So, I would just want to commend you on, just how intelligent you are and how independent you are. And I just want to ask you, do you feel like Black Panther showed you anything about smart kids like you, kids that are interested in school and science and stuff like that?
Yeah, because the sister of the Black Panther, she was so smart. Like, that was cool because she had made the car, and it was, and I don't know how she was driving it, but
She was doing it.
it was just crazy.
You know what? This is just amazing. You made my day. You made my day, Vernon. Thank you so much for calling into my show.
You're welcome.
Wakanda
Thanks,
forever.
Vernon.
Wakanda
forever.
Woo!
Thanks, family, for listening to the Michael Baisden Show podcast, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Go to VideoPitch.com now and be a part of our growing community of writers, video producers, and filmmakers, and get paid to share your business, opinion, and talent with the world. That's VideoPitch.com. Write it down, family. Write it down. VideoPitch.com.